Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss in detail about the cinnamon-chested bee-eater. The cinnamon-chested bee-eater is a stunning and ecologically important bird species found in East and Central Africa. Common name, cinnamon-chested bee-eater. Scientific name, Merops aureobates. Family, Meropidae bee-eaters. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater is native to the montane regions of East and Central Africa, including Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, and Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater prefer montane forests, forest edges, woodland clearings, farmlands with tall trees and shrubs, typically found at elevations between 1,000 to 3,000 meters. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater are approximately 22-25 centimeters, that is 8.5-10 inches in length including the tail. They are rich cinnamon-colored breast and underparts, its namesake feature. They are bright green upperparts. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater have yellow throat bordered with a distinct black line, gorget. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater have a dark, slightly curved beak typical of bee-eaters. They have reddish eyes and a black eye stripe. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater have a medium-length tail which is slightly forked. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater have blue or greenish central feathers depending on light. Males and females cinnamon-chested bee-eater looks alike, but juveniles are duller in color. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater produces a soft, melodious s-reap or tr-reap sound while in flight, which is used for communication within pairs or groups, though less harsh than calls of some other bee-eater species. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater feeds on flying insects, especially bees, wasps, butterflies, and dragonflies. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater are aerial hawkers. They catch their prey in flight. They commonly perch on exposed branches and sally out to snatch insects midair. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater removes stingers from bees and wasps by rubbing the insect on a hard surface before swallowing. Their breeding season varies by region but typically during the rainy season when insect populations are high. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater nests in tunnel burrows dug into sandy banks or earthen cliffs. Both parents excavate the nest, often over a meter long. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater typically lay 3-5 white eggs. Both male and female cinnamon-chested bee incubate eggs and feed their chicks, occasionally assisted by older offspring cooperative breeding. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater can be solitary or in pairs or in small family groups. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater are less colonial than some other bee-eater species. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater are very territorial during breeding, defending feeding and nesting areas. Cinnamon-chested bee-eater help regulate populations of stinging insects and agricultural pests. Though cinnamon-chested bee-eater eat bees, they're not a threat to beekeeping due to their relatively low consumption rates and preference for wild flying insects. Unlike many other bee-eaters that form large colonies, this species is more discreet and forest-dependent, often seen singly or in pairs. Their vibrant plumage and graceful flight make them a favorite for birdwatchers in highland forests of East Africa. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, share, like, and comment.